Well, this one's going to be a little, personal because this is something that really I've thought about a lot and I've had conversations with family. And, life after high school is very rough. And a lot of people aren't prepared to hear that, especially high school students. Hello, everyone. My name is Jonathan Aquino, and I help teach the next generation. And the term you may have heard for some people after high school ends is peaked, where basically your life's excitement and fun and all that stuff was at its highest during high school. And for a long time, that was true for me, because life after high school is rough. It's very rough. And I was not expecting it to be so difficult. So, mind numbingly pressuring me in my mind to go to uni immediately. And funny enough, I actually spoke to my mom yesterday. We were talking about, some stuff. And one thing she mentioned is that in probably her biggest mistake as a parent was drilling into her mind, go to college, go to college, go to college, go to college. When in reality, that's not that should have happened. And I'm here to tell you that going to college immediately after high school is the worst decision you can do for like a lot of reasons. So let me give you a bit of context as to where I was in high school and then where I was in like my first couple of years of college. In high school, very popular. I had a lot of friends. I was doing all right in school. I wasn't like straight A's because I was in like the highest level of classes. So there was regular, there was honors, and then there was like for me the IB program. If you're AP, it's the same thing. And I was in a full IB program. So that was hard, but I still managed. I did fine. I did everything. I was fine. Like everything was great. And then after high school happened, a lot just started to go wrong for me because the environment that I was in I didn't have a purpose anymore because going to college was something that I didn't want to do, but my family forced their purpose onto me. So I then felt, okay, well, I guess I'll go to college then. So I didn't have a purpose. I was pretty unhappy the first couple of months. Well, and you might think, well, I mean, you're in college, you're in free spirit, you can do whatever you want. I didn't have anyone to talk to. I had no friends. So whenever I tried to speak with people, they already had their big groups, so they would leave me behind. So I would have no one to speak with for extended periods of time and be alone in my dorm for the most part. Yet I was living with two other roommates who just didn't want to communicate with me at all. So yeah, that wasn't disheartening at all. So for the most part, I was pretty lonely the time spent living on campus. When the most exciting thing about campus was just walking to class. That was very sad. And I mean, you might think, well, you probably weren't in a relationship. Yeah, you're right. I was in a relationship. Looking back on it now and doing a lot of retrospective thinking, reflecting, and all of that, the relationship was already gonna end. It was already fading. The love between me and my ex, and the writing was on the wall, but I couldn't see it because I was already dealing with such a negative experience from uni. So it wasn't exactly a great in general. I expected uni to be difficult, but you don't realize how difficult it is. You go there, you have no purpose to go there, and you are then told by everyone that you know, shut up and go to uni, get a degree. That's like what everyone was telling me. I didn't want to go. I was forced into going. And by not going, I would be disappointing my parents, which is something that a lot of people don't want to do, especially me. And so I spent the next, 2 years of my life, I think, honestly, being at my lowest point. I was burnt out of school. I was burnt out of the education system. I had no one to talk to. My relationship was slowly dying. I had nothing. So when people kept mentioning the word peaked, I was like, surely not, right? I didn't just peak at high school just to have nothing the following 2 years. It was absolutely miserable. This is also on top of the fact that I didn't have a job as well. So I wasn't really like making money either. So I didn't really have anything. I didn't exactly have, a great time, unfortunately, for a couple of years. When I started this whole self-improvement journey, that's when everything got better to an extent. University was still like the lowest thing so I had my business, my job, my family, my responsibilities. Like it kept going. I could go to a totem pole, and always at the bottom, I would find university. On my last semester, when I didn't have too many things, it was still all right. So I got my internship. I've got a couple of very important, projects and stuff, but I still have to go to class, and I don't want to go to classes. I don't care enough to go to class anymore. I'm done with it. If there's any action step that I can tell you, and this is specifically for those who are in high school still, haven't decided to go to university or being told to go to university. So I'll tell you right now. We have some sort of positive energy in this video. If you're going to university, and notice when I say you, I mean you decide to go to university, not your parents influencing you, not your friends influencing you. You want to go to university because there is a degree that aligns with your purpose. So you want to be a doctor, you want to be a lawyer. That is your purpose, that is your calling in life. Then by all means, if you have the guts, you've got the strength, go right into it. Get it out of the way as fast as possible. Grind now, prosper later. So for those of you, it's going to be a very small percentage of you. Go out there, achieve your dream. Simple. I'm not even going to mess around. Go. If you got the strength, go right away. For those of you who are like me, however, in terms of being forced to go and not wanting to go, here is your action step. Do whatever you can to take a gap year. Genuinely, just take a gap year. Just take a gap year. No one needs to go to uni immediately. No one needs to. It's not required. Why would you go from spending like 15 years, I think it's like 12 actually, 12 to 15 years in the education system, and then have to pay an exorbitant amount of money for the same thing? Why would you do that immediately? That's pointless. It's nonsense. It's stupid. Don't do that. Instead, take a gap year. If you don't know what a gap year is, that's where you take a break from school and you do whatever you want. Now, here's what I don't recommend you do. If you decide to take a gap year, the last thing you should be doing is nothing, where you just stick to just playing video games, doing stupid shit, doing dumb crap, eating dumb crap. Like, no, that is the worst thing you could do during a gap year, because you're just in a worse off condition for uni if you decide to go. Instead, grind, improve. Let's say you have a year where you actually want to go to uni for your degree, right? So I'll put it in my perspective so it's a little easier. So if I wanted to do this, I would have taken a gap year. I would have gone to the gym. I would have done full time on my instructing, so I can make more money because I wouldn't have anything else to do. I'd also be trying to learn the Amazon business earlier, so that's something I could work on. I would try to hang out with high quality people in the future. I'd be doing a lot of like these positive habits that I'm building up now. I would have started doing that earlier. Does that make sense? Because you have an entire year of like 8 hours a day that is removed, or that you gain back because school is done. You have no school to worry about. So genuinely, if you're still in high school and you're being pressured, or you're thinking about uni but you're not sure, just push for the gap year. Do whatever you can to push for that gap year. Because I can tell you, my mom's biggest regret was, as I mentioned, sending me to university early, because she wanted me to go to uni, not because I wanted to go to uni. Please keep that in mind. Take a gap year, but if you're strong enough, like I was not, by all means, go straight ahead and grind. And just make sure that your life didn't peak at high school. You have so much life ahead of you. I'm currently not feeling like I've peaked anymore. I'm at the best position in life right now for myself. Please keep up the good work, and I'll see you guys in the next video.